of mine that came to life, and I'm just so excited all of you guys are here. Okay. But let me introduce myself. My name is Andrea B. I am the host of the You're Not Done Yet podcast live, and this is the first one, y'all. So thank y'all so much for coming. I said, what better way to celebrate 1,000 downloads by doing a live podcast here?
Yes.
So thank y'all so much. So we're gonna talk to Ms. Jazmine Logan today, right? CEO of DayDream Beauty Bar. But before we get into that, we're gonna play a little game. This or that, okay? We're gonna pull it up. So me and Jazz are gonna play first, and then we're gonna get the audience involved as well, okay? All right, Jazz, this or that? Introvert or extrovert?
I feel like I'm an extroverted introvert.
No, if I had a feeling you was gonna say that.
Yeah, you know me. I'm real like, I be in my bubble. I'm an introvert, but once you get to know me, I'm bubbly, I'm funny, I'm fun. I be out there, but I really be like,
I don't know. But I mean, that's how we met, though. We met you being outside of your bubble.
yeah.
So we good. We here. So lefty or righty?
I'm a righty.
Okay, simple or glam? But sometimes though. Sometimes. You want to be simple sometimes.
I do.
Sometimes.
Every once in a while I step out.
We here for it. And we here for it. Okay, rain or sunshine?
Sunshine.
You like the hot weather?
Yes. Give me the sunshine, a good little picnic day,
There we go.
good park day.
There we go. Okay, what about this? Early bird or night owl?
I'm an early bird.
Define early bird. How early you get up, Jazz?
Listen,
How early you get up?
I wake up at like 6 a.m.,
Okay.
but I can't move until like 8.
So in your mind, it's like, okay, like I'm getting up, but I'm just like, I'm not there.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's fair that my body decided to wake up that early.
So we gonna stay in the bed till
Yeah, I just be there.
Oh, okay. A night out or a night in?
I like a good night out.
Define your perfect night out. Whether it's solo, whether it's with your girls, whether it's on a date. Describe a good night out.
I just like hanging out with my friends. I'm kind of getting into playing pool now.
Oh.
I like pool halls now. That's my new thing. That's my new thing, yeah. But I have to make myself go out because I work all the time. So I wouldn't have a social life if I didn't make myself like go hang out.
That's important.
Yeah.
Very important. Okay, calls or texts?
Call. Call.
I don't know about that one.
I can text all day. I work with my hands.
You do.
So that text gonna sit there until the end of the day. I pick one person. I'm only calling one person at the end of the day.
And that's
So whoever is blessed with that phone call, consider yourself lucky.
Hallelujah.
Because I'm not talking to everybody at the end of the day. I only got enough energy. My battery only lasts
but in
for
your
one
line
phone
of
call.
work though, by the time you be done, you're like, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Okay, what
No
about
interaction.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset. Sunset. I like the warmer colors better than the cool colors.
Yeah, and that's a good way to start your day too. Like I'm here.
Sunset, girl. Not
Oh my bad, sunrise. Sunset is going down. My bad. But that's a good way to end your day too.
Yeah.
That's a good way to end your day too. Okay, how about this one? Always late, always early.
I used to always be late, but now that I'm a business owner, I'll be early.
Come on. Come on. Okay, what about this one? Dog person or cat person?
I love my little doggy.
Okay, dreamer or realist?
Both.
Okay,
Both.
go into both.
I'm a dreamer. I'm gonna say dreamer.
Okay.
I'm gonna say dreamer, but I'm a go-getter. So I make my dreams like my reality. So even though I'm a realist,
Right.
I still dream big, but I achieve them dreams. It don't just stay a dream.
Right. Yeah, an action behind it. Okay, what about this one? Walking or driving?
Driving.
No, because, come on now. Some people love a good walk. No? Well, maybe it's just me. I said, maybe it's just me. Okay. what about this? Would you rather pursue your purpose, or would you rather go after something that you know is not meant for you? It look good when you're going after it, but at the end of the day, you know once you get to that final destination that it's not worth it.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I might test the water. Honestly.
No, but it's
we
true.
all probably gonna go to the other side what we think look good, and then we gotta learn our lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Yeah. But see, me, I think I'm at the point to where I low-key don't want to learn the hard way no more.
Yeah.
I don't want to learn the hard way no more. Because if I'm being led to something and I'm saying no, even when God is like, well, that's the thing you need to do right there. Nah, God, like you said, I'm gonna test the water a little bit. I'm gonna test the water. But I done been to the point to where it's like, God, I don't want to test no more. Like, because if you gonna do it 10 times hard over here, I'm just gonna take this way. And even though it may be a little bit harder, but I'm still gonna take that way because that's where you led me.
Right.
To take me. Ooh, that was a good one. All right, audience, y'all turn. Here we go. Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Someone? Okay. All right. Okay, lefty or righty?
Righty.
I know, you said lefty. Oh. Okay, so, simple or glam?
Simple.
Nobody glam.
Simple. Keep it.
Nobody glam. Nobody.
I want you to call you out, Jazz. Specifications? Okay. I want to call you out. Okay. Rain or sunshine?
Rain.
Oh, okay. Rain.
I'm an oddball.
That's a perfect nap.
You sleep better in the rain.
Sleep better in the rain? Okay.
That is true.
Okay, what about early bird, night owl?
Night owl.
Well, if I'm being honest, I'm in the bed by 9:30.
Right.
If I'm being honest. Oh, I didn't ask you this one, Jazz, but get even or get over it?
Get over it. Get even.
Get even. I'm gonna get my get back. I'm sorry.
Sometimes. Okay. Sometimes. I might have to tell myself, no, put that down.
No. Don't send that text. Don't
Put it
don't
down.
post it.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, night out or night in?
Night in.
Too much is going on these days.
Yeah.
Okay. Calls, text. Texting.
The older people say call.
But the thing, okay. But the thing is, though, a lot of people are busy, right? And for entrepreneurs, I'm just saying more people respond back to a text than they do a phone call.
You know why?
Why?
Because a lot of times when you get on the phone with them, they don't talk about nothing. They really don't want anything and they inconvenience me while what I'm doing.
Right.
So I have to stop and send me a text, and when I have a chance to look at it, I'm gonna respond.
Okay.
I second that. Because sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about sunrise, sunset? Sunset. Okay. Always late, always early.
I'm alright.
Always early.
Right.
It depends on the situation.
How about on the dot?
On the dot, like
No,
right
it's
there.
not top priority of mine.
But it happens, y'all. It happens. Okay, dog person, cat person.
Dog.
Neither? Like, not even.
With the swiftness.
Dog. Was that the question about animals?
Yeah. dreamer or a realist?
I'm a dreamer.
Realist.
Dreamer.
I'm both.
I'm a dreamer.
Okay. That was a good mix. We ain't gonna talk about walking and driving, cause I feel like everybody
Walk.
drive.
I like to
Drive.
Walk.
walk. Walk.
Drive.
Only because I hate to
rather
drive.
walk without a
I feel like you can think when you walk.
Yeah, like I
I
feel that.
feel
I
like,
feel
yeah.
Excuse me, y'all. So, the same question I asked Jazz. Would y'all take it the easy way or the hard way?
Depending on what I'm gonna go to. Hard way.
Yes.
If I have to go the hard way, the hard
You
way.
will go the hard way.
Yeah.
Not if I don't have to.
I don't have to.
That's why I say upon the circumstances. If I have to go the hard way and that's the better way, then fine, but if not, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take the easy way out every chance I can get.
I'm one of the people I learn
And I
about.
can still succeed.
Yeah.
It's true, cause I ain't gonna get caught up if I saw.
Yeah, but learn, yeah, I've seen other people go through the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta learn from, yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. Well, thank y'all for playing this or that. That was fun. Okay. So, the real reason why we're here.
Yeah.
The real reason why we're here. You ready? Yes. Okay. She ready. Okay. So, anybody that listens to the You're Not Done Yet podcast, my podcast is based on purpose, right? People walking in purpose, telling their stories of purpose, but we always have to realize that our purpose just doesn't belong to us, right? Our purpose is given to us by God, and it's up to us to follow through on that purpose, right? So, for one, I want you to introduce yourself, and then we're gonna hop right into it, okay? I know everybody know you, but we gotta do it for the formality.
Well, I'm Jazz. I'm super honored that you chose me for tonight. I absolutely love and adore you. You always come out and support all my events. I really do appreciate you. I'm the CEO of DayDream Beauty Bar. I just opened my first location in December. I sell products. I'm also a business coach and mentor. And I also put on events throughout the community, pop-up shops. We've been doing entrepreneurship panels. We'll actually be hosting one at BCU. We're taking it on tour. We'll be hosting it'll be at BCU March 23rd, and then we're looking to take it to Atlanta and Alabama next. That's just a little spiel.
Okay. So remember when I told you about this question earlier, right? I want you to dive really deep. So, like I said, besides Jazmine the entrepreneur, right? Yeah. Who is Jazmine Logan?
She told me she was gonna ask me this,
I did.
and it stumped me. I feel like it's something that I'm still figuring out. I feel like I'm in my healing process right now. Why you have to ask that?
Because we gotta. We gonna get
I feel like I'm on my healing journey right now, and I know my parents right here, they will attest to the girl that I was. Hey, Marcus. To the person that I'm becoming. I used to be like really angry, mad at the world. I used to be a mean little girl. And now I'm just this happy, bubbly person. I'm so loving. I'm so sweet. I don't know. I'm still just figuring it out. I'm growing as time goes on. You know, I'm on my healing journey, so I can't fully answer that question. Yeah, I'm figuring it out.
Okay, I ain't gonna ask you about your healing journey. I ain't gonna ask you
You
about
can ask me about my healing journey.
Okay, so when did your healing journey start? What was that moment in your life where it happened? I gotta heal from it. 'Cause I can't stay this way.
We were, me and my family, we were on vacation in DC and Virginia. And we had to sit down in a room, and they kind of just laid everything out for me. As far as my childhood, it was just always like a back and forth thing. I lived with my mom. My dad was in Georgia, and it was a back and forth thing from like both households pretty much my entire childhood. And I never heard their side. I always heard my mom's side. So they finally laid everything out on the table. And me and my dad, we had to decide. We're going to let all of the old stuff go, and we're going to start over right now, right here.
Yeah.
We still had these like tips where we'll regress a little bit, or we'll have these moments where we wouldn't. It's like we had to start over. Like we didn't have that routine of like talking to each other. We talk every day. My daddy is literally like my best friend now. Like we literally talk every single day.
Yeah.
But we had to decide then that we was gonna let everything go and start fresh.
Yeah. But my question to you is though, when you guys made the decision to start fresh, what was the next step after that? Because you could say we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. What did you guys actually act on for it to start the relationship?
Yeah, you just gotta try. Like, if I do something they don't like, they tell me. If they do something I don't like, I tell them. Like, y'all went on vacation and y'all didn't tell me. They know. I mean, y'all didn't tell me I was going to California.
Yeah.
But we just tell each other, like, we're still learning each other. So we just have those open, honest conversations all. Honestly, it'd be tiring. I'm like, Lena, I don't want to talk today. Yeah, even my auntie, we had to sit down on Thanksgiving, and that was the first time that we actually connected. We was crying at the table.
Yeah.
Like, that was the first time, and I told them, I said, no offense, parents, but I'm most excited to see my auntie today.
As you should.
But we just sit down and really have those, like, open, honest conversations, and like I said, we still are getting to know each other.
Yeah. So how do you feel like your healing is fueling your purpose? How do you feel like you healing is pushing you in the direction of where you need to go? So whether it's in business, whether it's in personal life, how do you feel like your healing is shaping your purpose?
I just feel like in my personal life, my cup is being filled, so I'm able to pour into others.
Yeah. So how did you even go about like starting DayDream Beauty? Like what was the idea that clicked and was like, I can do this?
Oh girl.
I can do this.
Okay, kind of a long story. So, I started doing hair with my mom in 2010. My mom used to do hair, and my sister and I used to help her. I did that all through high school. It kind of took over my life. I was a cheerleader. I wasn't able to participate in my sports or anything like that. I didn't have a social life. I never got to really hang out with my friends or nothing like that because we always had to do hair. And if we told her, I don't want to do hair no more, she'd be like, well, you can't get this. You can't do this. This is how I pay for this. So it's either you do it or you can't have the lifestyle that you used to. So I kind of felt like I had to.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I go to college. I don't want to touch another head.
I ain't doing it.
I don't want to see another braid, another twist, another comb, another gel.
Product.
Nothing. Nothing. I don't even want to touch my own head. But I had a boyfriend at the time, and I wanted to get him something for his birthday. So I decided to do a couple heads to make a little money on the side so I could get him a gift. And my mama was like, well, if you can save somebody for your boyfriend, you can save somebody for yourself.
Yeah.
So she stopped sending me money while I was in school, and that was my freshman year. So from there, I had to start pretty much doing hair full time. But I was on the verge of losing my scholarship because while I was in school, it was go to class, do hair. I'm too tired to do homework. So then I started failing classes. So I stopped for a while. Here and there, I'll do a few heads. Only the people that I knew, and I would be like, don't tell nobody who did your hair.
No, I remember those days.
Yeah, this was my RA. I used to be right in the living room area, doing hair in the dorm. Like, don't tell nobody. No, don't send nobody my way. But after I graduated, it was really hard finding a good job.
Yeah.
So I picked up the comb again, and my first month, I was fully booked. I was fully booked. And that's when it started clicking in me like, maybe this is what I should be doing. Eventually, I had to quit my little restaurant job. I had a full-time state job, and I was doing hair.
Yeah.
And once I was fully, actually when COVID hit in March, well, at the end of February is when I put my 2-week notice in for the state. And then COVID got crazy, kind of like a week into my 2-week notice.
Yeah, and I bet you was like, oh.
No, my parents was like, uh-oh. My daddy, my stepmom, she was the only one who was like, it's gonna be okay. My daddy, my mama, and my granddaddy, you need to asking people, can you get your job back? What? You need to ask them. But I kept faith. I really felt like that's what I was supposed to be doing. Actually, my first 2 weeks of not having a job, I wasn't booked. So it really was testing me.
Yeah.
Am I gonna be faithful or not?
Mm-hmm.
And now we here with 6-figure business, baby
Period.
girl.
Period. And that's a reason why I wanted to have you, because when I look at people's journeys of where they started and where they are now, I'm like, okay, God. So the fact that you said it was faith, a lot of people don't have faith that big. A lot of people don't have faith to say, I'm gonna quit my job and God, you just gonna provide. Right? Like, I ain't gonna complain. I'm just gonna sit here and be like, okay, you know, like the money gonna come from somewhere. But what was that feeling like though? When you was like, y'all, this is what I'm gonna do, and that's it.
Girl, it
This
was
is like,
scary.
my 2 weeks is in. Like, that's it.
It was scary. It was really scary. And then sometimes I feel like I had to build up my parents' faith in me as well. So for a minute, I kept it a secret. I didn't tell nobody.
Yeah.
I didn't want nobody to try to tell me not to do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I listen to my parents. So if they would have told me not to do it, I probably, but by the time my daddy would say it, no, it was already done.
Like, Daddy, we already here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure it out then if not. But
Yeah.
it was really scary.
Yeah, but after you got over that hump, right? I'm like, okay, I can do it. Like, I can do it. What was that deciding moment for you to say, like, ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing about my business? I done made it this far, and there's nothing that you can tell me that's gonna make me stop. Because I'm pretty sure in that period you had doubts. Besides the fact of you being scared, I'm pretty sure it was days and moments where you was like, well, God, like you said, I ain't got no kids to do. Like, you know, what was your faith like in those moments? Like, you go from being booked to like nobody coming at all, you know? Like, what was that like?
I feel like the beginning, I don't want to say it's kind of a blur, but it's like I was just there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't really striving for something. I was just be booked, clock in, I clock out. Like, that's really all it was. It wasn't until I really was living in my purpose for real. Because my purpose isn't to do hair. I feel like my purpose is to inspire. So I feel like once I actually start making those big steps and doing those community things and stuff like that, that's when I started feeling like, can't nobody tell me nothing. Yeah,
and I would say too, because being present at those events, it was like, it's impactful to see businesses actually do what they say that they're gonna do. Not just a fancy flyer, not just, you know, the DJ and the theatrics. It's like, no, like, I'm really doing something that's gonna be impactful to my community. But what does being impactful mean to you? Like, what does it mean? Like, what legacy are you trying to leave? Like, when you say you moved from Tallahassee, like, what you want Tallahassee to know about Jazz?
Oh my gosh. I don't know, because I don't feel like I move with the intention of being known, or I don't move with the intention of being remembered or nothing like that. I just do what's on my heart.
Yeah.
And whatever I leave behind, like, that's what's left behind. But it's like God will show me a glimpse. Like, I never imagined that I would be an influencer. I just told y'all I'm an introvert. I don't want eyes on me. I have 80K followers on TikTok. I never imagined that I would have like a wide reach like that. I was featured on the news in June for the events that I do in the community. I didn't imagine that I would be on TV, like little stuff like that. I don't do stuff for the attention. I just do what I'm called to do.
There you go. And that's the thing though. That's what your purpose is all about. Your purpose isn't for it to be on the front street.
Right.
To say, okay, well, look what God doing for me here. Look what God doing for me there. But it's like, if you're moving, like you said, with pure intentions, it don't matter what's going on right there in the moment. Right? Because people don't see, like, they don't know what you went through when you was making those videos. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you only see what's on the camera. You're not seeing what I'm really going through. But that's a part of your purpose though. Like, your purpose is you being able to tell your story regardless of what it looks like. Right? Like right now, I'm glammed up, right? You know, down to the teeth. But you don't know what it took for me to get to the teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what God had to put me through to get me to this point. To be comfortable enough to share who I am. You know what I'm saying? And purpose is just a big part of it. You have to be bold enough, confident enough to tell your story regardless of who's looking at you. You gotta be bold enough to say, yeah, God put me through some stuff, but I'm here, right? I'm not going nowhere. But I heard you talk about your village. How important is your village to you? Like, on the path of being the great Jazz that you are, how important is your village to you?
Girl, I'm getting teary-eyed.
No, because village is a big part of your purpose, right?
Yeah.
You have to have people who are gonna push you to that next thing. That's gonna say, Jazz, regardless of what you're going through, you gotta keep going.
Right.
Regardless of what it looked like, you gotta keep going. I know. Go ahead. Sorry. Sorry.
I say this all the time. I don't think my stepmom realizes she finna cry.
See, y'all, we're trying to.
I don't think she realizes how much she actually means to me.
Yeah.
Cause she's just my stepmom. But she's my mom. She's been in my life
Yeah.
since I was a little girl. Like,
Yeah.
2. 1.
She said, hold on. She said, hold on. I love it, though. I love it.
But almost everything that I do, it be her.
Yeah.
She is the one who is like encouraging me and pushing me to do these things. Get in my salon. She was on the phone with me when I went and I paid my deposit.
Yeah.
She was like, "It's gonna be so good." Like, this is what she like to do. She like to do like this. We was on the phone, but I could see her like, yeah. And she's just like, "Don't worry about it. Like, we know you in your slow season because it was in November. People don't get braids in the wintertime." She was like, "If you can't afford your rent, like, we got you. Like, it's okay. We know it's only gonna be for a little bit. Like, we have so much faith in you. Like, that lady can tell me to jump off a bridge and I'm probably gonna do it." Like, everything, I don't think she realized. Like, and before I did used to be very rebellious. Remember, I told you we had to build that relationship up and that trust in each other. But now, everything they say, do this, okay. Do this, okay. Like, they're my backbone.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for real. And I think that's the thing I feel like people don't realize too. Like, we always looking for like the outside support. Like, my community not supporting me, this and that. But it's like, start from the inside.
That's all you need.
Literally. Y'all see
That's all
my,
you need.
my village, they up in here. But it's just simple fact is that when you make up in your mind that you're gonna follow your purpose regardless, everybody else gonna follow suit. Either they gonna drop or they gonna come with you. But that's totally up to them, right? And one thing that I pray for is that God send me people who are gonna push me. People who are gonna be hard on me. Like, my God, like, G, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, yeah. Mama, G, well, you need to get on this. Okay. And then Mama D, hey, Glenna, you know, and I'm like, yes, ma'am, but I'm with you on that. Like, I know that if I didn't have them in my corner, I know that I wouldn't be here. No.
Yeah, they go extra.
Because if you would have asked me 3 years ago, if I thought that I would have been sitting right here, I'm like, no.
What's a podcast?
What is inspiring people and motivating people to be them best selves? But this is the place where I feel whole. And my village knows that whatever I want to do, they behind me 100%, regardless if it sounds crazy. Like when I said, I want to do a podcast live. What is that? Just show up. Just show up. But your village is so important because those are the people that God has ordained in your life to push you. And regardless if you might not like them tomorrow, right? Like somebody can make you upset. I don't know if I'm talking to them right now, but like you said, your stepmom say jump. How high? How high? Where I'm going. Where I'm going. So of your purpose is like that thing that's always gonna be locked arms. Like it's not going nowhere. It's not leaving you, but it's always gonna be there to pick you up. But do you ever think right now, at this point in time, that you dropped your purpose at one point in time where you just like, man, bumped it, like I ain't doing this, like I'm not inspired no more, like I'm not feeling motivated. Like, have you ever had that moment?
That was then, but like I said, I don't feel like that was my purpose. My purpose wasn't to just be doing hair, but I had to grow my clientele to have the reach to actually do what I was meant to do.
Yeah. And so when people come, sit in the chair, right, with Jazz, like, what are those moments like? Because now it's like you got your shop, I'm making it, still making it. Like, what's that feeling like? Like, girl, y'all come into my shop, okay?
Girl,
Y'all we can do this, paying the deposits. Like, we doing the things of the things. What is that like?
it's so fulfilling because the shop is almost full now. I have one more chair to fill. So to walk into my shop and everybody, I didn't even work today. I don't work on Fridays. I went in this morning to go use some of my tools and everybody was already in there working. Like my shop running on its own. Like I walk in, hey y'all, everybody doing their own thing, clients in and out. I got my workers in there. It feels really, really good. And at first, that was a little discouraging too.
Yeah.
I didn't have anybody in there with me in the beginning.
But then, what was the pivot that said, okay, I need help, or God, you gotta send me the people? Like, what was that like? Because I know it gets overwhelming though.
Well, I went in there with the intention, because of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They told me to do it,
Yeah.
so I'm like, you know what? My daddy told me to do it. I said, Daddy, that's smart. Like, and he was like, and then you get another one.
Yeah.
And then you gonna get another one.
Yeah.
And then you gonna get another one. My daddy do that with everything, even with my speaking engagements. My daddy's like, I'm gonna be your manager. They gonna have to call me, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's $15,000. That's it. We gonna have you booked up. We gonna have the booking email in the
Thank
back.
y'all for letting me get in there. Appreciate y'all. But as we get ready to close, Jazz, if you can leave the people with anything from today's conversation, what would you leave them with?
Ooh, that's a good one. What would I leave them with?
So we don't talk about a lot.
We have. I feel like we all have something to heal from.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to have those tough conversations. Keep striving, even though it may seem like it's not gonna go the right way. Keep pushing. Figure out what your purpose is. I feel like the thing that works the easiest, I feel like that's your purpose.
Where you feel comfortable at?
Yeah.
Cause me personally, like you, like I always knew my purpose was to inspire and motivate. Like I've been speaking since I was like, I don't know. Yeah, like so when I was going through my test or my trial, right? I'm like, okay, God, like what am I supposed to be doing? Like I could talk for days, that's not the issue, right? That's not a problem. But how can I use my words to impact people, to motivate them to chase after their dreams and chase after you? Like how can I do that? And that's where You're Not Done Yet came from. So when you surrender that to him and you're like, okay, God, what am I supposed to be doing? Take heed to what he's saying, right? Because he's showing you. And sometimes he done been showing you just like 5 years ago. And you just like, you're just doing it. Because now you're able to surrender to what it is he's calling you to do. Now, I'm not saying everybody's ready to surrender right now, because everybody isn't. And that's totally fine. But don't let your life pass by, shoulda, coulda, woulda, what if. When he gave you the blueprint the whole time.
Right.
He was waiting for you to play the place, open the book. Like, and to me, that's why this podcast is so important. Because I want people like you to be able to come and share their stories of how they got started and where they are now. That's why this podcast is so important to me. Because I know where I started. I was in my mama's office, in her room, in her house. literally in the computer room with the phone, everything, doing it. And I said, well, God, I said, God, this thing gotta grow. It gotta move. And I used to get so discouraged because I'm like, well, dang, like, why I ain't getting big? Why I ain't popping? But God was like, you gotta wait. You gotta be patient. And when I hit that 1,000 download mark, y'all couldn't tell me. Okay? Because when you know the work that you put behind something, the consistency you put behind something, and you finally seeing it like for yourself, you're like, okay, when I work like a little bit more harder, maybe God will throw something else out there for me if I just do it a little bit harder. But I do want to just say thank you. Thank you for taking the time out to come, sharing your story. And I know when I asked that question, who are you? Everybody like, I don't know. But it takes a real purposeful person to be able to tell their testimony. And just like, yeah, that's me. That's who I am. Not feeling embarrassed, not feeling ashamed, but literally just being who God has called you to be. And that's just what purpose is, being who God called you to be. Regardless of what it looked like. Like, not tomorrow, we could be looking a whole hot mess and, doing whatever, but the fact that we knew that we came, we saw, and we did exactly what we were called to do. I feel like that's just so special. But I don't want to get emotional. Because y'all, when I tell y'all I have crazy ideas, and this one, I'm just glad to see it actually come to fruition. And just saying that I'm here for you, I'm here with you, I support you in everything that you do, and just thank you so much for just opening your heart today, just being purposeful, because I know that this thing is going to be bigger than this, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited for you. Yeah, I'm excited for you, but I do want to turn it over to the audience for some questions, whether you have some for me or for Jazz. The floor is open. If y'all have any questions about anything, purpose-wise, business-wise, because Jazz is like marketing guru extraordinaire. Go ahead.
I may have missed the question. Mark is over as everyone.
Hey, Mark.
I may have missed the question, but what is next for DayDream Beauty?
Oh.
Yeah, what's the...
Right now, we're working on the tour that I was telling you guys about, the entrepreneurship panel tour. Other than that, for DayDream Beauty, I feel like right now I'm working on separating DayDream Beauty from Jazmine Logan.
Yeah.
For the longest, we were one, and now I'm starting to like separate myself as like Jazmine Logan, the speaker, DayDream Beauty, the beauty bar that run itself.
Yeah, period.
And then I do my own thing. So, right, that's what we're working on right now.
Y'all, cause Jazz been putting it busy.
Booked and busy.
Jazz been putting it busy. I'm trying to feel like shit. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Hey everybody, my name is Sherlanda. A lot of people in Tallahassee know me as Dada. But this is a question that both of you guys can answer. I know I came a little late, but I wanted to ask, given the growth that you guys experience now, when you first started, or when you guys started taking your businesses or entrepreneurship seriously, what was one of the biggest obstacles, and how did you overcome that? Just to get off the,
No,
off the ground.
I feel you. Off the ground. I think for me it was a couple things. And like my mom and everybody can attest to this to me, it was a support. Like I was like, dang, like nobody don't want to listen, nobody don't want to press play, like, and I guess that's what I was struggling with because I'm like, God, like you gave this to me, like you gave me the words, you gave me the titles of the episodes, everything. So why ain't nobody like press and play? But then it got to the point to where I was like, if I just touch one person, I've done my job, right? The results aren't in the numbers. The results are in the people saying that episode touched me. That episode really did something to my soul. And then when I started hearing that, I was like, well, okay, it's not about the numbers. It's about just being purposeful in the message that God has given me. And then I think the other thing too is just being comfortable in my own skin, being comfortable with the words, because like I said, God, who really want to listen to me? Who really gonna take me, Gigi, Andrea B, serious? But that's just what it was for me. But once I got to that point to where I was like, you're doing this because God told you to do this, not because people asked you to do it. You're doing it because God told you to do it.
I would say, hey, Dada. I would say mine was, I had to learn how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. The unknown, like quitting my job. That was scary, that was uncomfortable, but you gotta be comfortable. That's where the most growth is gonna happen. I moved from my 1 bedroom to my 2 bedroom and had an in-house salon. That was scary, having a higher rent, not knowing if I was gonna be able to afford it. I moved to Atlanta. That was scary, a whole new state by myself. Then I came back to Tallahassee. I opened my beauty bar. That was scary, not knowing if I was gonna be able to afford that or if I was gonna get people to come in and work for me. Even starting to do events, hosting pop-up shops. That was scary, hosting the events, and then everything is gonna lead to something else. So it's like the more you get comfortable being uncomfortable, it becomes less scary because you know it's gonna work out. It builds your confidence too. Like, I ate that. Like, what's next?
Yeah, what you got? Right. What's coming next? I love that. And that's the thing is too, when you get comfortable, it's like you're not expecting anything. And then you're like, well, why am I stuck? Like,
Exactly.
why I feel so stagnant? Well, it's because you ain't put yourself in a place.
You gotta put yourself
jump
out there.
and do something. And that's the thing is too, we're so engulfed in what's hot right now, what's trending, what's making everybody famous per se. But it's like, but are you doing it for the people or are you doing it for God? Are you doing it because God called you to do that?
Right.
Because we can talk about it. That's another
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I heard you say that you had the right titles for your podcast. Have you thought about where you're going to be in 5 years? I know you're thinking about now. Have you thought about that? Have you made a plan to where you want to be then?
Well, I know for sure I'll have my own talk show in 5 years. Listen, I've been saying it. What I told you, Mom, I said when Tyler or Oprah call me now, I'm out of here. But, and I think it's more of too, like you said, the unknown. It's more of like, well, God, I know where I want to go, but is that the path you're going to take? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may get to the talk show, but I may get it in a whole nother path than what I was expecting. But I know for sure that this is gonna be big. Like I said, it's gonna be bigger than what this is now. Like, I'm speaking that, I'm writing that. Radio show, talk show, award shows, everything. But yeah, y'all will see me on TV screens. I promise. Y'all will see me. Go ahead, Maria.
Okay, so as a introvert extrovert, okay, I am too, and I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of girl. What gives you the oomph or like the bravery to do public speaking and actually share your story to people who you don't know? Because you know we're bubbly to people we know, but how do you get that to people you don't know?
I like this.
Yeah. I feel like the more I do it, the easier it gets. Also with telling my story, I've never shied away from that. I just was telling somebody the other day, I'll tell my secrets on the radio. I don't care. I don't have anything to hide. I don't even have a close friends on Instagram. I put everything on my regular story. If you don't like it, unfollow me. Like, that's really just how I feel about it. Like, I'm just me, and you like it, or you don't. That's really it. Like, somebody's gonna like it, and people like authenticity.
Yeah.
So that's really, I don't know. I've just never shied away from my issues or anything like that. And then I feel like it's a part of my purpose to do stuff like this. So I just do it. When I'm asked to do it, lock me in. When she come to everything and every time I be like, it be me and her. And I be like, oh my gosh, girl, I'm so nervous. And she'd be like, why? It's just me. Like, just talk like you're talking to me. But I don't know. You just gotta just do it. And the more you do it, the easier it gets.
And I would say too, Maria, I got you. I would say too, practice makes perfect, right? So for me, people always say, oh my God, like you're so confident, da 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 da. Little do y'all know, I be nervous from walking from the front to the back. But by the time I sit in this chair though, and I'm like, okay, breathe. So it takes time. Like I don't expect people to just get up and just start blabbering. But you have to be comfortable with yourself and comfortable enough with your story to be able to share it, right? Because if you're still working on like bits and pieces of your story, maybe I don't want to share that, but I share this. And like Jazz said, it is about authenticity. Like you have to be able to get up and just say like, hey, like this is, yeah, you know, like this is what I went through. But it takes time though. And honestly, and I feel like Jazz said, like once you get comfortable and you get in that group, it's gonna be like, oh girl, yeah, I did, da 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 da. So like, it's fine, like, and people are always looking at you like, oh, like you just said a whole mouthful, yeah, because I've gotten to that point in my life to where if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you, right? Because your testimony is a part of your story, and honestly, and when you're ready to share it, you don't know, because it'll just come so easy off the tongue. You just be like, oh, like that was that was that thing. Yeah, the question.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Me, myself, and a friend of mine, like she right here. We've been going back and forth about doing a podcast.
Yeah.
I was Ubering and she was a client of mine, and I was so impressed with her. She's a very intelligent young woman.
Yeah.
And I had asked her about doing a podcast together. And I want to ask you, for people like us who thinking about getting into it, haven't did anything, haven't got no equipment or anything, what would be your advice to us?
All right, so like I tell everybody, just start, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. You have an idea in your mind of what you want to talk about, what you want it to be about. Allow those ideas to flow, right? And the thing is too, you're gonna try different formats of it, right? Like it took me a minute to really understand, like, okay, do I want to interview people or do I just want to be a solo podcast, right? And then when I interviewed my first person, I was like, man, I can do this. I can do this. And so that's why Jazz right here. But I can do this. And it takes for you to be committed, right? A lot of podcasts start and they don't stay. So you have to, in your mind, be committed to it. Now, it be some weeks where I just be like, man, I don't feel like doing no episode this week. But somebody's counting on me to do that. So, you know? And it's going to be, both of you guys have to be in alignment with what the podcast is going to be. You got to be in alignment with that because it's okay to have two different like creative directions, but what is the common goal that you guys share for the podcast? And startup is so cheap. Everybody think that podcasts are so expensive to start.
That's the part I really want to hear.
Yeah, no. You see that? Look, you see that iPad right there? Right here. The iPad right there?
Yeah.
That's my camera.
Oh, okay.
That's my camera. I got 2 mics at home, and that phone right there, that's how I do like my social media part of it, and that's it. Because the thing is, you invest all this money into it, and then you're like, well, I ain't even at that stage to even do that yet. You know what I'm saying? You bought 2 mics, 3 mics, and it's just you, right? So you have to go at your pace with that. And trust me, the simplest things make it pop. Like nobody would have known that my iPad is my camera until I just told y'all. You get what I'm saying? And editing is super easy as well. Like it don't take a lot. It just takes dedication and commitment to really push it forth and push it out. And once you get into that dedication and commitment mode, sky's the limit. Like it's gonna go. It's gonna go.
I'm glad I talked to you guys. You look it up and like go on YouTube. And
Yeah.
They be talking about microphones that cost $7,000, a camera that costs $2,000.
Sir. It works miracles. It works the same. Like I just invested in a little expensive microphone. Just invested in it. I've been doing this for over 2 years. Do what works for you. It's still gonna sound the same. It's still gonna sound clear. I promise you. I promise you. All that matters is what's coming out of it. It's gonna sound the same. I promise. Anybody else? Any other questions or comments or reflections? Anybody want to share?
Do you
you have some business started too, Wendy?
I do.
Okay.
I do not.
You don't? Oh,
I
that's
switched
okay.
purses.
But it's okay.
That's what we got social media for. So it's okay. Okay.
Alright. But yeah,
And then she had the manager sitting right there.
Well,
Look, nigga, go ahead and put you in the book.
you know,
Cause Jazz be booked. I just booked my appointment. Any other questions or comments or any thoughts that you guys want to leave with us from tonight? Did you guys enjoy it? Did y'all have a good time?
Yes.
One question.
What advice would you give to just anybody who does not have the village that you have? As far as to start the healing process, because it's a blessing, like when that's all you know, you think everybody has that. But not everybody has that village. So what would you say to someone else to help them start that healing process independently?
I feel like at one point in time I didn't have the village, or I didn't know that I had the village that I had, and I leaned on my friends. Marcus, right there. If it wasn't for Marcus, when I was in high school, I can't tell you that I would be standing here today. Like, I went through a lot, and I really leaned on Marcus, and I still do to this day. I call Marcus about every little inconvenience. Let me tell you about this lady. He's like, y'all be doing too much. But I feel like you can find it in other places, even if it's not your family. Find a therapist, journal, find friends. I made a family out of my friends. I have maybe like 4 or 5 friends, and I don't use the word friend lightly. They all my best friends. So I just say friends because they all are the best. But I feel like you'll find it in other ways if it's not your family.
Yeah, I would definitely say that too. Take a look at the people around you. Seriously. And 9 times out of 10, like you said, it's a lot of people that don't even have their family around them. And they're looking for it in other places. And they end up finding themselves somewhere that they know they don't need to be in, right? But I agree with the therapist thing though. Because that was one thing that was like really like, when I was going through my thing, I feel like I didn't really have nobody to talk to. And I was just like shutting down on the inside. Because I felt like I didn't have a village. And then I went to therapy, talked to my mama, talked to my godson, talked to my, my godmama. And I thought about it like all the rest of the friends that I got back there. That's who I can turn to, you know? Cause you talk to your mom and your godson, you like, you don't want to be, overloaded with all that stuff. So it's like you gotta find those people that just support you 100%. Like people say I can be there, but are you really there? Are you really there?
They say it as a formality.
But
Call
no,
me if
but
you need
stand-
me.
yeah.
I hope she don't call.
I hope she don't. Like, I hope she don't pick up the phone and say, man,
don't
listen,
need me.
I really need you. No. Anything else? Any other questions?
I just want to say that we are very proud of you. And it's a blessing to be in your life. We
I love you guys.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
I know. And she was trying to hold it in too. She was like, I'm trying so hard.
It's so red.
Oh my God. Any other lingering questions, comments, or anything? Go ahead.
I really enjoyed myself, and y'all just so encouraging to me. Right?
That's my mama, y'all.
And I just love to just see the younger generation who are actually doing y'all thing.
Thank you.
This is awesome. And I always say that each generation should be better than the next. I grew up with my family, but everybody went to college. They was educators. So it was time for me to be the next generation entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur myself. And I said, okay, kids, what are you all going to do now? Because you all got to, do better than being an entrepreneur.
Right.
So I just love just seeing you guys start out. I got a late start, but it's all good. But yeah. So I love you all. Y'all are awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Other women's empowerment.
Yeah.
Women's
connection. Like, who would have thought that years after graduating that we would have like made the connection?
Even before graduating, True Paul, 2014.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
almost 10 years
Yes,
later,
ma'am.
and we reconnecting like this now.
And that was another day too. I was like, I just been talking to a lot of rappers lately. I don't know what it is about it, but I mean, I like it. You know, I love it because you know that's my HBCU. I loved it. But I do want to say, like I said in the beginning, thank y'all so much for coming to spend Friday night with us. Even though it was for a little bit, I really do appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming because I know y'all came away. So I would appreciate because when y'all bought the tickets, I sent it to Jazz and I was like, I felt bad.
No, I know y'all was coming. How y'all came?
Yeah, she didn't know. But I was just thinking like, oh my God, like support. You know, the fact that you guys came this way to support her, even if it was just for a little while. So I appreciate it, right? Because that's love, y'all. That's love. That's love. And I want to thank my village for coming, helping out, supporting me, and yeah, like I said, just supporting my vision. Because I'm telling y'all can ask them. Like I would say, I want to do this. Coco, well, what you need, Chief? What you need, Chief? And then Mama be like, okay, when is it again? And then Mama be like, well, you know I'm coming, you know I'm there. And my sisters, Ree and Dee, and I know they running around Kay and Ty, and I just really just want to thank y'all so much for real, because this, whew.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. Because it really just, it means a lot, you know, to know that like the visions that I have, the dreams that I have, like, they're coming.
And we're proud of that.
Thank you. That they're coming. So I don't want to make this like emotional or anything, but thank y'all so much for coming. Make sure y'all eat that food back there. Y'all come take y'all some pictures in front of the banner right here. And thank y'all. Okay. And to those who are on live, I forgot to tell y'all, we was on live. So thank y'all so much for tuning in with us. And this episode will be on YouTube. So we gonna thank y'all. I appreciate it. So y'all eat y'all some food, listen to some music. We here till 8 o'clock. So y'all appreciate y'all so much. That was so good. I know. Thank you so much. That was so great.